crap go?
And we're back. Hello.
Hey.
So you want to get right into it?
The last thing we have to talk about is the reason why neither of us are doing Fall Guys anymore. And it's not because of rage.
Oh, you mean Rec Room? Rec Room?
Yeah, Rec Room. Just talking about Rec Room now. It's not necessarily because of rage. There's really not a whole lot of rage going on. There has been some. Especially when we first started playing it, we had no clue what we were doing. But since it's been down a little bit, I guess. More so, it's just been dealing with whatever other people want. But one specific person, I don't know his actual name.
Yeah. If he has a real name.
If he has a real name. We don't even know if it's a person actually at this point. But like this person has been like
following us, basically stalking us.
He's been well online stalking us. Like he joins the majority of our streams. Doesn't matter if I'm streaming, you're streaming, it doesn't matter. He messages us via our PS4 because he has it, has us on there. And like he sends us video messages. He sent me all these video messages. Like, oh my god, he sent me a bunch. Last time we were stuff. I'm like, we don't even know. Like, every time this guy would join us on Rec Room, he would have this like, I don't want to say Indian or like Middle Eastern accent.
He sounds like British to me. Like he has that weird kind of like British accent.
He doesn't speak good English. That's the thing, though.
No, he doesn't. But he said,
then he advertises his YouTube channel to us. He's subscribed to both of us. He's promoted both of us on his streams. He does stream as well. Which at the time we thought was a very nice deed. He was supportive of us and stuff, and then we went and found his channel and subscribed to it. And the other day I sat down and watched a couple of his videos, see what kind of content he does and stuff. I didn't watch any of his streams or anything, but I watched like some of his other videos, and he sounds completely different. Whoever this guy might be, which makes me think there's two different people. It's two different people.
Right.
And the person. We came up with
this is basically a conspiracy theory at this point, because like we're freaking out now because of like the things that we've seen from him. Yesterday on my Minecraft live stream, which was split up into 4 portions because it kept stop streaming and I had to figure a bunch of stuff out and the internet broke twice.
I joined part of it.
Tyler was there for a little bit, but he wasn't like on the stream, he was just in the chat. But when Tyler joined, Michael Jackson was already there. And Michael Jackson is the guy that we're talking about. I don't know if we told them that.
It's Michael Jackson or Metalheadman615 is his PS4 is this guy's so-called PS4 name.
Right.
It's Michael Jackson on Rec Room, and that's also his YouTube channel, it's Metalheadman.
Right.
Yeah, like you had another person watching you when I got there. Another person was commenting on it. I don't know. Like, we have some people that come on and watch us stream, and like, we know they're genuine people and they're really fun to hang out, like, BTN, Butcher,
LT is so good.
LT, I love LT.
It's funny.
And this guy comes on, Michael Jackson comes on, and he just spams, like,
Michael Jackson, join me Rec Room 2020, October 2020, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson clan, Michael Jackson impression, Michael Jackson. It's just that. Over and over again, and it looks like it's copied and pasted into the chat. And so at one point,
or it's just like randomly it's like automated, like an automated computer system that randomly just sets these out.
Right. And at one point, though, I think I asked him, why does he sound completely different? Or I brought it up. I was like, dude, you don't even sound like the guy in the YouTube channel that you like provided us with. And then I asked him about it, and he said something about Metalheadman, which is like his PS4 name and the YouTube name, being dead, and then he said he was in jail. So That's the first part that needs to be spoken about.
Wait, Metalhead Man's in jail or is he dead?
No, it was like he showed up into the chat, and I asked him this question, and he said, "Oh, Metalhead Man Gamer is dead." And then I was like, "What? What do you mean he's dead?" And I was like, "Well, that makes that was yesterday." And I was like, "Well, that makes I don't know." Oh, scheisse.
I can look.
But yeah, so I was like, well, that makes perfect sense. Purple sense. This does not sound like him at all. And like doesn't act like him, doesn't spam Michael Jackson. And from what I could tell, the only connection he had to Michael Jackson was on his PS4 account, where he, like, the most recent song he'd listened to was Thriller by Michael Jackson, and before that it was Man in the Mirror or whatever it's called. But like that made complete sense to me. I was like, oh my god, did this guy kill like the original Metalhead Man Gamer and then like steal his identity? And then he said he was in jail, and that was like another confused thing. I'm like, wait, what?
How are you watching YouTube and playing Rec Room on your PS4 while in jail?
Yeah, exactly. And that was like
house arrest is the only thing I can think of, but that's not jail.
Right, exactly. And then like so that got me thinking even more. And I'm like, are you even the guy you're telling us that you are? Because one, you don't sound like him. You have a completely different accent. Two, you don't act like that guy. And three, you just told me that this guy is either dead or in jail. So what's the up with that? And then like, so we threatened to block him, and Tyler did, I think. I did not block him in the end because I want to pursue this even further and see what happens and do updates. We both blocked him on Rec Room, but
I didn't block him on PS4.
I didn't block him on PS4 either because I want to know where this is gonna go. I want to know the truth.
His last message was hi on September 28th. So that was about a week ago, just over a week ago.
His last message to me was yesterday, and I said I was gonna block him. He said, "No, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry, I spammed you." No,
the I'm sorry. He says I'm sorry all the time, and then we ask him to tell him he's gonna block him. He's like, why? And then we tell him why. He doesn't actually say anything. Like, he doesn't engage in conversation, even though it's just over a chat text in a stream. He doesn't even engage.
We'll ask him why he's sorry, and he'll go silent.
No, he just said hi. Yeah.
Or like yesterday on the stream, I asked him, but you're not sorry. After he said I'm sorry, and then 10 minutes later, he comes back and starts spamming me, Michael Jackson forever, Michael Jackson impersonator, Michael Jackson, again. And I'm like, well, clearly you're not sorry and probably have some mental issues. So part of me wonders if like he has some form of autism or something like that, in which case I kind of feel bad for him, and that's why I haven't blocked him on PS4 yet, because I want to know what's going on here. I don't want to just like...
Yeah, I'm not gonna
get rid of some guy out of nowhere.
Unless he threatens to unless he finds out like he can hack my account or something, and do some more aggressive things, because that's possible, for sure.
But yeah, so
at this point, it's possible.
There's like this whole conspiracy going now about Michael Jackson, about who he is. Like I remember, like the first day he was on Rec Room with us. It was hilarious. This guy was just some random guy. And like the Rec Room community at that point was all just like him. They were all random. They all screamed random stuff. They were like just random people. Why am I going the complete wrong direction? Whoa, what the heck is that? What did you do that for? The noise, why?
I'm finishing my drink. My conspiracy though, is that it's a corporation that's trying to get information out of us, and they're using this guy, and it's like automated messages from like a computer system and stuff. That's what that's my conspiracy, but I could also see it being what you said, Noah. Could be your idea. It could really be anything at this point.
That like basically my running... Dude, you need to stop doing whatever that is. It's killing your mic. But... Oh my god. But, so, my running theory now is that he has some form of autism, and his brother was Metalhead Man Gamer or whatever, and he's either dead or in jail. I haven't decided on which one it is, and that because he's like his younger brother or something, his older brother, and he has autism, he's like taken over his brother's thing and is just kind of pretending like he's him. Like maybe has some weird coping mechanism for that, which would explain why they don't sound alike. And the other reason why they don't sound alike, but they could be brothers, is that this could be an adopted kid by the family, which would explain the autism, like, plus the different accent completely, but they're still brothers. Because a lot of families will go and adopt these kids with autism as part of, like, a thing to help autistic kids. And, by the way, that is a very commendable action and definitely good thing for that. Or good for them if that's how it goes. But, like, it just gets more blurred as we go.
We just need to get more information.
Right.
And he doesn't talk, though. Like,
yeah, that's the other thing. Like, whatever he does talk, it's always the same stuff. We only hear the same stuff from him. The only, like, different examples are over voice chat or in Rec Room. But, like, when he sends these messages, they're always the same stuff. We ask him questions, and he responds with, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, instead of, like, oh, yeah, my bad. And, like, he doesn't... It's weird. It's really, really weird, and we're definitely going to keep updating this story. And
we'll pop up in future podcasts, or
right,
might
exactly.
pop up on my channel, or it might pop up somewhere else.
Right.
Another stream probably or something. But it is a bizarre story. And it's like I don't want to get involved. Part of me doesn't want to get involved anymore because I feel like if this guy is out to get us,
right,
he can easily hack our channels. He can easily hack our accounts. He can get personal information out of us and blackmail us.
Right.
If we do anything, but at the same time, it could just. But it also could be more innocent than that. Like he has some sort of mental disorder.
Like he has some sort of mental disorder and he just wants friends.
Which in that, I mean, that's innocent enough, but like, I don't know, I have a sickening feeling that
another thing that makes me feel kind of like sick about him is like his weird obsession with Michael Jackson. Like I told him yesterday, I was like, dude, Michael Jackson was not a good person. He molested children. He was awful. His songs aren't even that great. There's a couple of them that are pretty good, but like for the majority, I'm not a big fan of Michael Jackson, and I never have been. And then as soon as I found out that he was a child molester, I was like, yeah, so I'm pretty much done with him. And it's kind of weird because he's like one of his things that he says he does is he's a Michael Jackson impersonator. And like
not even close though. Not
right.
Even close.
Because the only
except for his costume on Rec Room looks
remotely like Michael Jackson.
I mean, you can tell the difference. You can tell the resemblance, at least. But he doesn't speak like him. He doesn't act like him. He doesn't talk like him. And I don't know if he dances like him or not. Probably not.
Hopefully, we never get to find out whether he dances like him.
But it's just so weird. I've never. This is just so weird.
It's definitely really weird for us because we're like new YouTubers. We're definitely not by any means big or popular.
Who would want to get information out of us?
Oh Christ! This lightning is the worst. But it makes me wonder if this kind of stuff, and if it does, holy crap! That
it probably does. And some of the larger scales like Markiplier, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, or Boogie, like some of those are probably, especially Boogie, it happens by a lot, but it's easier for them to ignore it because they have more of an overwhelming fan base of
audience,
people
right?
That can drown them out.
Like if I were to be a big YouTuber and I was live streaming, the chat would be non-stop going crazy all the time. Like it would just fly by and I wouldn't be able to read anything. And so, like, I wouldn't even notice Michael Jackson spamming Michael Jackson, Michael. And like, if I were a bigger one, I could probably get some like spam thing to get rid of that in the first place. So it makes me wonder how many people just like Michael Jackson there are out there in the world. Well, also, I think his real name is Kieran.
YouTube has a thing where it will censor. It will not censor, but it will just automatically delete comments that they think is spam on your videos. And you can go and
it'll
see what
hold them
are.
for review. It'll hold them for review. You can go to
but
the analytics
the
section, and you can like approve them and whatever. Right.
Some of them, most of them are just advertisements. He hasn't actually commented on any of my videos. He's only commented on stream.
Right.
Or
Rec Room.
In Rec Room. Or on PS4, like messages. So. It's just weird. Very, very weird. I don't know.
But yeah, so we're definitely gonna let you guys know any more stuff about that in the future. Because this is definitely not gonna stop here. He's definitely gonna show up again at some point, and I feel like at this point there's no real way to get rid of him.
There's no real reason to get rid of him yet, though. He hasn't done anything
like threatening or anything like that yet. He's just kind of creeping us out a little bit and like being really annoying. But like that's not really a crime, so yeah, there's really no reason to get rid of him. Jesus Christ, at all yet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably find out more, maybe even before the next podcast, and we'll talk about that again.
He might join.
Right.
Speaking of that, we should probably get off this podcast so that we can do that.
Yeah. So thanks for watching this episode of Podcast Time, episode 2 of season 2. One more thing before I go. I think as soon as I get into episode 10 of this season of Podcast Time, I'll go back to season 1 and I'll start privating or unlisting some of the more crappy audio or like performance podcasts, like the 1 Feet Branglin, the first ever podcast. So if you want to check those out, definitely go ahead and do that now, because like from my perspective, they're just a stain on our good facade that is Podcast Time. So you have very limited time, or probably around a couple months before I start doing that. Yeah. Thanks for watching Podcast Time. See ya in the next one. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.